Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Jackery channel over here, and of course, welcome everybody to this very beautiful live stream. I am James, your host for the evening, and we got a bunch of very cool little products that we're going to be showcasing throughout tonight for you. I believe we're going to be starting this off with, of course, the Jackery Explorer 100 Plus Power Station. We're going to be moving from entry-level systems up to full-grown big boy, bad boy systems that are going to allow you to live off the grid or just not want to pay your power bill. That's your choice. Like I said, guys, we're going to start this off with their smallest system, their most current version or most current system. This is going to be the 100 Plus. The 100 Plus is actually a nice mini portable system. Before we get into that system, though, I do want to show you guys a little something that comes with most of these kits on hand. And first and foremost, this, of course, is going to be that kit that you're going to see. You're going to get a variety or a variation of this kit. Some will come with the carrying bags, some will not. Some are going to, of course, going to have different style of cables. It has their Jackery logo on the side, and of course, on inside, you're going to be greeted with a different sets of cables. Some kits may come with, of course, the adapter. This is going to be like your splitter to add multiple solar panels. You're going to get a variation of a wall plug to charge your device, rather it be a USB-C cable or a wall plug like this, or even old school power brick like the old laptops, but you will get a variation of that for the station as well. You're then going to get a variation. Some of these will have, of course, the cigarette lighter style plug as well on top of that. Some may vary. Some may have, of course, adapter kits that are going to help you with your solar panels as well on those. So just know that whatever kit you get, they do make sure that you have a cable to charge it with. Great little kits right there for you. Now, the 100 Plus kit comes with, of course, this one. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable. This is a 100-watt cable. Allows for 100-watt pass-through charging capabilities. It also comes with the adapter kit. This is a USB-C to, of course, DC plug. This will allow, of course, up to that 100-watt Solar Saga panel for you. You're then going to get, of course, this beautiful little power station. Now, this is the 100 Plus. Now, the 100 Plus, guys, is 31,000 milliamps. It's 99 watt hours of LiFePO 4 cell power packed in this little punch. Now, of course, this is like palm-sized device, right? It's got dual USB-C in and out ports. Those in and out ports are 100 watts max charging capability. It also has the USB-A port that is 18 watts max charging capability on top of that. You also, of course, have a nice display that's going to show you guys right there. It's about 100% charged. And that's because I have not touched any of these stations since our last stream. I've been rather busy with the house guests, so I haven't had time to mess with anything. Now, this is a really cool little piece. It's a PD 3.0 fast charging capability, 128 watts of capability on top of that. Now, there's a $50 clippable coupon with this device. You should be able to fully charge this device in under 2 hours with the USB-C charging cable. The one piece that this device does not come with is the wall brick. So if you guys want to charge it off a USB-C plug, get a wall brick that can handle that 100 watts charging capability. Or plug it into another power station, because some of these power stations does allow for 100 watts charging capability with that. Now, the runtime is going to vary, guys, on what certain things that you can use with this and runtimes. Rather it be like charging, let's say, your Samsung S24s, your Samsung or your iPhone 14 Pro Maxes, 15 Pro Maxes. You should be able to get about 6 charges off of this device with that. Your 10.5-inch to 12-inch iPads, about 2 charges off of that. Your laptop, you should be able to get like 6 hours of runtime off of your, I'm going to say about your 30-watt laptops. So that's going to be like your smaller, notebooks and stuff. But you should get about 6 hours. Now, I've actually done some preliminary testing, usages, and stuff like that. I ran a Nintendo Switch and, of course, a portable monitor off of this with no problem. That's the cool piece. Now, I will tell you, it will allow you to run both of those for approximately 4 hours on a full charge. No issues with that. And I kind of like that. And since you can use a portable monitor with USB-C port, and you can use, of course, your Nintendo Switch off the other USB-C port, you got it in, you plugged. It's portable. That means if you guys are going on a car trip and your kids need to have that extra power for the Nintendo Switch, plug it into one of these and you're good to go. And like I said, that $50 clippable coupon brings it down to, of course, $99.99, and that's a really, really good deal. So if you guys need right there, guys, the mini, yet mighty 31,099 watt hours of power, LiFePro 4 cells, the 100 plus. Beautiful piece. Darthwing, what's up, buddy? Good evening, my man. Good evening. So the 100 plus, beautiful, beautiful, guys. Now with that, we also have, of course, their 240. That's the little power station back here, and this is the power station that could. This, of course, is in the older styling case, but still very, very beautifully well done and can actually power quite a bit of stuff. 240 watt hours of power with the 240. Now, of course, it has that AC outlet. That means you can plug in a house-style plug. Rather, it be your two-prong house lamp or your TVs. You could do that. It's got 200 watts of pure sine wave power at 110 volts of connectability through that port. You then have two USB-A ports, 5 volt, 2.4 amps, guys, with that, of course, and then you have that DC plug on hand. Now, this does have a fixed handle right here, and it is actually under 7 pounds of weight. Now, it also has a cigarette lighter connection over here, and that's going to allow you to connect up, let's say, your old air pumps, your air compressor style devices that will air up your bicycle tires and stuff like that, or even your dust busters, or even your air mattresses. Very cool little piece. Now, digital display, of course, if you click the button, you guys will see right there. We get about 96% charged on that, and it's a nice openly display. Now, this is LiFePro 4 cells. It does have, of course, cooling technology, Class 9 drop protection, and, of course, nice silicone pads on the bottom with this. Now, for this one, though, it's going to take you a little bit to charge it. It's going to take you approximately 3.5 hours on a wall plug to charge this device. If you want to charge it in your car, about 5 hours of runtime with that, of course, which is actually not bad of a runtime for a charge time while driving. Most people, sometimes when you're going on trips, camping trips and stuff, you're driving longer than that anyways. Have it charged in the car and you're good to go. You should be able to run your Nintendo Switch for over 40 hours off of this device. Because it has 240 watt hours of power, it's got a good amount of charge in there to run that. Now, if you want to run, let's say, a 3-watt light bulb, you're going to have, of course, a lot longer of a runtime with that. No problem whatsoever on hand. Now, the cool part is I've actually used this to charge up my camera gear from my Sony mirrorless cameras, like my Sony ZV-E10 to my Sony ZV-1. You should be able to get approximately 14 or so charges. I was getting about 13 and a half charges on mine, but you should get about 14 to 15 charges depending on the battery that you use with those. So just know you should be able to get that. Nice, portable, acceptable. Again, this actually has a $40 clippable coupon. It's like $179 tonight, plus you get that $40 clippable coupon. Brings it down to a very, very accessible price point. I mean, most people can purchase that with no problem without making or breaking the bank. And to have a quick emergency piece like this is actually really cool. Now, technically, you probably could even run your CPAP machine off of this if you guys need a CPAP machine to sleep. But you're only going to get about 5 hours of runtime with that off of this. So you're not going to get a full night's sleep, but you should get a good amount of sleep that, you know, get you through with no problem. The Jackery Explorer 240, beautiful little piece, 6 ports, and of course, under 7 pounds of weight. If you guys really wanted to, you could do arm curls with this, as you guys can see. It's got a nice little weight, so you just start curling it and stuff. I mean, no, not really. This is cool, because you definitely could carry this guys around camping and stuff like that. It's accessible, very easy, and very user-friendly. The 240. Any questions? Amazon customer, thank you for the follow. I don't see any questions, so it looks like we're golden for now. We're going to pop over. We're going to show you guys the 300. Now, this is, of course, the next step up from the 240. This is the 300 right here. The Jackery Explorer 300 is another beautiful little power station. Now, this power station will do 293 watt hours of power, but it has dual AC outlets. Now, these, of course, are 3-prong style, so you have that grounding station in there for you if you have American 3-prong with that. Now, that's going to do 300 watts of pure sine wave power through this beautiful little piece that's hiding my face right now. And then you have, of course, dual ports in the middle. You have two USB-A ports, one USB-C port. That USB-C port is, of course, an in and out port, 60 watts charging capability. Beautiful. Now, with this one, though, your cigarette lighter, of course, or style plug, right there is corked and covered. Still has, of course, the nice display that's going to power up and show you guys the charge. It's about 23% because I did use this quite a bit last week. And never got to charging it and should do so. You have, of course, the DC input, the cooling technology with their beautiful orange colorway, and, of course, their logo on the side and the fixed handle. Still have, of course, those silicone pads. Now, with this one, though, it's going to take you a little longer to charge this. It's going to take about 3.5 hours to wall plug charge this, guys, if you use your wall plug inside your house, your RVs, or other devices. If you're using it, let's say on a car outlet, a little over 3.5 hours, about 3.25, right? If you want to use it to charge it, because it does have that USB-C in and out port, you can use the USB-C and the wall plug and get about 2 hours fully charged up and running with this. Now, just like the last one, you're going to get over 40 hours of runtime on your, let's say, your Nintendo Switches. You should get approximately, I was getting, I think, 16 charges on my DSLR mirrorless camera batteries. Now, the cool part is I was also using it to charge my phones, and you're going to be able to charge your phone multiple times. Has all the protections you want, and of course, it's very silent to run. You don't hear this thing running. The most you're going to hear is when you hit that switch, the audible switch, of course, that click of it, just switching it, that's the most you're going to hear from this device. And I kind of like that. It's a silent device with that. Now, very, very eco-friendly because you can use a solar panel with this to solar charge it, so you don't have to worry about it. I love that. I love that idea. Now, this, of course, is $279 tonight, but there is a $50 clippable coupon with the 300. This does weigh about 7 pounds, so just slightly more than the 240, but still accessible. Very good for, of course, quick emergencies, hunting, camping, backpacking, or anything of the sort. So if you guys need, the 300 might be a great option for you. What do we have up next? I believe we're moving into the 500. Now, the 500 is actually right behind me. Normally, I change the camera over to show you guys the 500, but I want to grab it tonight. We're going to show it up close, right? This is a little bit bigger of a piece. This one is 13 pounds, so it does weigh a little bit more, but still accessible. Pretty much everybody should be able to carry this around with no problem. Now, this is 518 watt-hours of power, which is very decent. That's going to allow you to run a lot of different things with that. Now, you get one AC outlet. That one AC outlet is, of course, 500 watts of pure sine wave power, individually switched. So if you turn that switch, of course, if I hit it, the switch will come on and that plug is now active. Turn it off and the plug goes inactive. You have three USB-A ports right there. Those USB ports, 5 volt, 2.4 amps. You then have, of course, multiple DC plugs down here. These are output ports. 12 volt, 10 amps. You have that cigarette lighter, and then, of course, you have the round style plugs. You then have, of course, right here, this is going to be your input port for, of course, your actual device for charging it, like your wall plug. Over there, you turn the screen on. You guys see I have about 73% charged left of this. You have that beautiful fixed handle and, of course, that amazing Jackery logo. On the bottom, still has, of course, the silicone pads for you. And on the back, it's just a plain black backing with this. Now, this one's going to take a little longer to charge, right? And Ty, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. If you're using, let's say, a wall plug, 5.5 hours it's going to take to charge this, all right? That's just the way it is. It's the same amount of time to charge it in your car with the cigarette lighter, 5.5 hours. If you have a single Solar Saga 100 solar panel, you should be able to charge this in 7.5 hours. That means you set that solar panel outside, let it charge all day, and you have a full charge, and you can use this throughout the night. This is going to allow you to run a CPAP machine for at least 8 hours. It's also going to allow you to run that 45-watt TV, like the big screen behind me, for approximately 7 hours of runtime with that. Your mini coolers, like your small, like portable mini coolers, your 15 to 20 watt little coolers. You're going to get about 9 hours of runtime is that. The 500 is more than the 300, yes. You're going from like 298 watt hours to 518 watt hours. The amount of money is not actually that much more tonight. It's like 349. So if you're going, in price point, it's definitely worth checking out the 500. It's going to allow you to run a lot more for a lot more time. Now, it is still, of course, the older style, but with this actually has a flashlight on the side, guys. So they did add a flashlight to this, so you can turn on and off. If you hold it down, it will go into SOS pattern for you as well, so you can trigger people. You have the cooling technologies, guys, for this to keep those LiFePO4 cells cool with that. Now, with it, like I said, run times are going to change. What you're going to be able to run, your laptops, other pieces. Technically, since it's a 500 watt of pure sine wave power, it's 1,000 watts peak. So that means technically you could run your electric fridge, your house fridge off of this for about an hour. Most electric most fridges are about 520 watts of power. Now, if you have, let's say, a power outage and you are cold and you want to run an electric blanket off of it, about 3.5 to 4 hours of runtime with the electric blanket. Your air compressor, like your air pumps that you use to air up your car tires, that's going to be your smaller little ones. About 8 hours of runtime with that. So really cool little piece, nice and portable, accessible, but it does weigh 13 pounds, so it does have a little bit more weight with this. Still has everything you can want with that. The 500 is actually really, really amazingly well. Now, the one thing I haven't told you guys is you can still use these ports while you're solar charging. It has the technology in there. It has the intelligent BMSs. So your intelligent battery management system with, of course, all the circuitry, it's going to allow you to use the inner charge and, of course, the output power at the same time with no issues. So the 500, great little option right there. Now, of course, maybe you want to go into a bigger system. And that's going to be, let's say, the 1000. Now, we have the 1000 Jackery Explorer 1000 kit. I'm going to call it a kit because we're showing you guys the 1000 with the solar panel. Now, the kit that was in the actual carousel tonight is normally $1649. But there is a $650 clippable coupon tonight. Now, if I switch camera views, you're going to see a table there. We're going to move the table. We're going to jump upwards, and hopefully my camera will change. There it is over there. And we're going to go over, of course, and up. And see, I have a little light issue, but that is the 1000. The Jackery Explorer 1000 is 1,002 watt hours of power at full capacity. Now, with this kit, though, you get 2 solar panels. And that's what's really cool. So you get 2 of the Solar Saga 100 panels to power this device. Now, with this one, guys, 1,002 watt hours of power is going to do well for a lot of you. You get 3 AC outlets at 1,000 watts of pure sine wave power with that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, most definitely. I actually have the solar panel down here. It is definitely portable. So you can definitely take the solar panels with you camping. I agree with that. Now with this one though, you get, of course, multiple ports on hand. You get the three AC outlets. You get dual USB-C ports, dual USB-A ports, and of course that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter as well. Now this one still has, of course, that flashlight on the side, the fixed handle, and as well with it. Now the flashlight, like I said, is on the side, so you can turn it on and off. Has the cooling technology that you would expect from it. Class 9 drop protection, of course, on hand, and it has, of course, the fixed handle. It has that nice display that can be turned on and off. Now you have dual inputs up here. One is actually going to be like almost an alligator clip style piece. That is, of course, for your solar panels, and then you have your wall plug port on the side with this. Now, runtime and charging time is definitely going to be a lot different with this kit. It's going to take you approximately 5 hours to fully charge this on a wall plug. If you're wanting to charge this, let's say, in your toy hauler or your RV, it's going to take about 11.5 hours on your cigarette lighter port to charge this device. With the 2 solar panels that comes in this kit, 6 hours fully charged, you're up and running for the night. No problems with this. And I kind of like that. Now, what could you technically run off of this? Since it's 1,000 watts of pure sine wave power, You could actually run a window AC off of this for approximately an hour, depending on the size of that window AC. Your heating blanket, about 10 to 11 hours of runtime with this. Your little mini cooler, about 13 hours of runtime. That 3 to 5 watt light bulb, like the one that's on the side, about 65 hours of runtime off of that. That would even include, like, let's say, I don't know if you guys can kind of see this, my Keystone light off of this. You'd be able to run it for that long amount of time, 65 hours, no problem. If you want to run that flat screen TV back there, 9 hours of runtime, no problem. You could even run your electric griddle, your coffee makers, uh, even a leaf blower if you really wanted to. Wouldn't press the leaf blower. Now this kit, full kit together, weighs about 41 pounds. So that power station does weigh approximately 30 pounds or less, but then you have the 2 solar panels as well. So $650 clippable coupon. This is definitely a no-brainer on the kit to get because of the price point. It comes with the panels and everything. Now, we were just talking about, of course, the panels. Like John said, they are portable, guys. So you can actually carry these around with no problem and take it with you. They're not heavy whatsoever. They have different variations of solar panels. This, of course, is the Solar Saga 100. But they do have an 80-watt panel and, of course, a 40-watt panel as well. All of them are portable and accessible for you. Any questions about the stations we've showed so far? Because I believe we're going to be moving to... It's a good question. Where's the 1500? It's over here. I see the 1500. We're good. We're good. Now we're going to move into what I call the non-entry level systems. These are going to be the bigger ones. This system, of course, if I drop down and move the camera, of course, you're going to see them on the table over here. We're going to be talking about this one over here, and we can actually zoom in on that if we can get the camera to zoom in. Now, this is the more current body style with the 1500. Now, the 1500 is going to do approximately 1512 watt hours of power with this. Now, beautiful piece. 2 hours fully charged, wall plug, no problem. The one thing that changes from the others is of course, the casing and the handle. The handle, of course, does fold up and has silicone pads to help carry it. This does weigh 37 pounds. So you do have that. Now, the flashlight, of course, is still there. It's going to be covered up with a rubber cork. Can be turned on multiple brightnesses and SOS pattern with that. Now, where it changes as well is you have dual USB-A ports at 18 watts max charging capability, dual USB-C ports at 100 watts max charging capability as well. You then have 3 AC outlets at 1800 watts max charging capability of pure sine wave power. Now, at pure sine wave power, yes, but you can go over the pure sine wave power if you want to. I don't like to, but you definitely could with that. Now, with it, it does have the 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter as well as you expect on this, but it has, of course, a lot brighter and a more contrast style display with this. I love the black and orange. It's more contrast, better, bright, more vibrant, and you can see it a lot with this. It's going to show you guys your input, output. It's also going to show you guys the runtime left while it's using the power that it's taking out. That's amazingly well done right there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, with this, you're going to be able to do more stuff because it does have dual voltage monitoring systems. It's got 8 temperature sensors as well. It's got, of course, the battery management system, the intelligent battery management system. You'll be able to charge, let's say, your iPhone 13, 14s, and 15s approximately 60 times on this device. You'll be able to run your 60-watt flat screen TV, like your 65-inch back there, for about 17.5 hours. If you want to run ice shavers, coffee makers, mini fridges, drones, or anything else, you can do that. You can even run a hand drill, angle grinders, weed whackers, leaf blowers, and of course your push lawnmower. Now the push lawnmower, though, it's a little bit of power. So most of those go about 1100 watts to 2200 watts or more of power. So you're not going to get a maximum amount of runtime off that, but you'd be able to do it. So that's not an issue as well. The 1500 is a great piece, amazing piece. If you get it, I always recommend you, of course, getting the solar panel. But tonight it's 41% off. It's like $9.99, normally $1,700 for that station. It's a beautiful station. The 1500 is an amazing, amazing power station. But we also have the big brother, the 2000. Now, the 2000, of course, is right there. That's the 2000 Pro, of course. We're going to try and get the camera to move in properly. It's a little wonky tonight. Not sure what's up with my camera. I think it needs an update. The 2000 Pro, guys, is another amazing power station. Now, the 2000 Pro does, of course, 2160 watt hours of power. This is like $18.99 normally, but there is a $700 clippable coupon for this power station. Now, again, it has 3 AC outlets. These are actually 2200 watts of pure sine wave power through those 3 AC outlets. Has, of course, that hidden DC plug, 12 volt 10 amp. Has the flashlight like the other, but underneath that, you, of course, have the dual USB-A ports and USB-C ports. Still has that beautiful high contrast screen as well. Now, with the 2000 Pro, charging it 2 hours fully charged on a wall plug, no problem. If you're wanting to charge it off, let's say a cigarette lighter in your car, your RV, your van, your camping or motorhomes or whatever, it's going to take 24 hours, unfortunately. It's not going to charge as quick as some of the others. It's going to take 24 hours. If you have multiple solar panels, it's going to be less time to charge it. Now, using it, because you got the 2160 watt hours of power, you're going to be able to run more stuff off of this, including your 1100 watt window AC. Your 1150 watt window AC should be able to run approximately 2 hours off of this. Your double door refrigerator, like your side-by-side Frigidaire or Kenmore or even your smart fridges, about 3.5 hours of runtime on that. That means you're going to be able to keep your food cold or your ice cream cold till hopefully the power comes back on if you have an emergency outlet or emergency with that. If you want to run a blender, you definitely could do that. Your microwaves, of course, are really power-hungry devices. You're only going to get approximately 90 to 96 minutes of runtime with a microwave on this. Now, this power station does weigh a little bit. It's like 43 pounds, right? So do know it does weigh 43 pounds, so just be cautious. But normally $18.99, there's a $700 clippable coupon on Amazon, so take that price off, drop it down, and get you guys a nice, beautiful power station. Now, the 2000 Pro does weigh a little bit, but still accessible, can be carried around. I move it around every time I do a show around here, so you definitely can do that. So great price point with that, but we also have it in the carousel with solar panels. And that's the next piece in the in the carousel. Normally, this kit is approximately $359, but it's 17% off tonight. Brings it down to $2,999. But we're going to tell you something. This kit has a $1,000 clippable coupon. So you're going to get, of course, the 2000 Pro plus 2 of the Solar Saga 200 panels. Now, the Solar Saga 200 watt panels are a large panel. That panel does have quite a bit of weight to them, but they're going to grab a good amount of power and, of course, sunlight to charge your system. The panels are amazing, fully waterproof and water resistant, harsh and wet weather, so you don't have to worry about it. That's ideal for like emergencies, RVs, off the grid, living, camping, or off the grid, whatever you want to do. That's really cool. And since you have the 2 solar panels, you can actually plug it in and run it off of it while still charging it. And since you have the big panels, you're good to go. I love the 2000 Pro. That's a great one. I'm actually using, which one am I using in here? I think I'm using the 700 Plus over here. You guys probably don't see it, but I actually have more light gear over here that's shining on the table, running off Jackery power stations down here. So there are more stations that aren't being shown tonight. Great pieces, of course. I love that $1,000 off on that kit. You're going to be very, very happy with that. Now, we're going to move into their largest standalone system. Their largest standalone system, of course, is in the back. It's the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro, of course, if I move up, we're going to pop in. We're going to try and zoom in for you guys right there. Well, let's move the camera a little more. The camera didn't move, but we're going to go with that, right? So right there, 3000 Pro. The 3000 Pro is a powerhouse. This is 3,024 watt hours of power. It's like $2,299 tonight. It's like 18%. Now with this one, you get 5 AC outlets. You get 4 standard at 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. You get that fifth one that's going to allow you to plug in some of your I want to say your EV style car plugs or other devices like your old school washers and dryers or stoves with this. Now you still have, of course, a cigarette lighter plug that's right here hidden away, of course, underneath. 12 volt 10 amps, 2 USB-A 18 watt ports, 2 USB-C 100 watt ports, all individually switched. And once you pop it on, it's going to start showing you guys 23 watts of voltage or watts that we're using. It's about 25 hours of runtime left off of this device for this lighting kit. And that's what's actually plugged. So if I turn that switch off, it's going to shut, of course, the lights off. If I hit that switch again, it's going to come on. Now, the 3000 Pro has got something cool that the others that we showed didn't have yet. It's got the app, and the app, of course, is very accessible. The app is going to allow you to do, of course, a few things. First and foremost, it's going to allow you to see the charge left on the device. So if I move over here, you guys are going to see it's got about 35% left of charge, and it's running approximately 26 Celsius, of course, right there on the temperature. Now, if I wanted to, I can go over into, of course, the device settings. We can actually change it from Celsius, of course, to Fahrenheit if you guys need. What's even cooler is if I want to, I can actually switch off the plugs from the app. It's going to turn that light off. You guys will see that back there. Hit it again, and it should come back on. It may take a second to come back on, though, for you. There it is. It's back on, and that light should come back on in a second for everybody with that. That's actually really cool. I love that. That means you can actually, if you forgot to shut the plugs off, you can do it from away. So you have it in the app, and you can shut it off, of course, while you're away from the actual device. Now, right there, of course, if you look over there, it's also going to show you guys 119 volts at 60 hertz, and it's going to show you guys the watts that we're using, and, of course, the runtime that's left with this. Really cool piece. I love it. I love the app. The app is very accessible and, of course, friendly with this. Now, we're going to move over here. We're actually going to drop that off. We're going to grab this image because this is actually a large station. This power station is actually built to be like a suitcase. So it does, of course, have large 3-inch wheels, like a polyurethane plastic style wheels that roll very, very well. You have, of course, a telescopic aluminum handle. That telescopic aluminum handle, of course, does fold up and in and out and will allow you to tip it around and roll it. Charge time, 2.5 hours fully charged wall plug. If, of course, you have multiple solar panels, if you have 6 of those big boy panels, about 3.5 hours and it's fully charged. Runtime is where it's going to vary. 1150 watt window AC, like your 10,000 watt BTU window AC. 3 hours of runtime. Your refrigerator that we were talking about, or your ice box, about 520 watts device, about 5 hours of runtime. Now, your 60 watt big flat screen TVs, 35 hours of runtime. Now, with it, of course, like I said, you have the app. The app, of course, is Android and iOS, of course, for all of you. So it is usable on both of those devices for you. Now, with it, you guys got 12 forms of protection, 9 temperature sensors built into this device, which is beautifully well done and amazing. I love this piece. It's a really, really great power station. We're going to save that here, and we're going to pop back over, of course, right here. Now, you can run other devices off of this because it has so much power. That 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power is going to allow you to run, let's say, your 800 watt stove, your kitchen stove. About 3 hours of runtime. Your microwave you'll be able to run. Let's say you want to run a 100 watt movie projector outside to do a movie night. You should be able to do about 21 hours of runtime with that movie projector. If you want to do, let's say, your inverter heater, you're going to get about 6 hours of runtime off your 350 watt inverter heater. If you want to charge your phone 101 times or more, that's a large amount of time. This is where it's going to get cool because it is a 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, you can do peak at 5,800 watts peak. That means you should be able to do your TIG or MIG welder for about an hour of runtime. That means you can run your garage equipment off of this device. Rather it be your electric drill table saws, your planers or other devices, maybe your old school band saws. Plug it in, run it. You guys can run your garage off of this. Even your tube benders for your roll cages, you should be able to run off of this with no problem. It's going to have that power when you need it, as you need it. The even better part about this is that since it does have, of course, that cooling technology built in, it still is under 30 decibels of sound when it's on. So you don't really hear that. It will function in the cold, guys, approximately minus 20 Celsius, which is about minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit for you. It will actually run. Now, you can probably run it under that, of course, with that, but I don't recommend it always. You have that EPS, emergency power supply. It's going to do, of course, it'll switch on in about 20 milliseconds of time with this, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. So that's just what it is. So emergency power supply, it's not really going to happen when blackouts, guys. You have the 20 millisecond switch over time. Of course, if you want, you have everything you need on hand. $2,299 for the station alone. Now, we also have in the carousel the station and, of course, multiple solar panels for you. And that is going to be the Solar Saga 200 panels. Now, this kit normally is like $4,000. It's 28% off tonight. It's $2,899. So you're going to get, of course, the 3000 Pro and 2 of the Solar Saga power solar panels. Beautiful piece. I love the 3000 Pro and the 3000 Pro kit. Now we're going to move over, of course, to one of their more current products. This is going to be the 300 Plus. Now the 300 Plus is a really, really cool piece. So right here is the 300 Plus, right? Nice little portable device. 288 watt hours of power. Should be fully charged and, of course, under 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half on the wall plug, right? So it can actually do that. If you want to use the USB-C port, about 3 hours of runtime with that. Now with this, one AC outlet, 300 watts pure sine wave power, 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts max. One of those is actually an in and out port. You then have a 15 watt USB-A port and, of course, the 12 watt DC plug. You have, of course, the individual switch where you can actually power it up. Of course, the switch is on the opposite side, right about there. So if I hold it down, it will come on for you guys, and you're going to see that nice, beautiful display right there. And of course, since it is a Plus series, the Plus series works with the app. Now, unlike the other ones that have the fixed handle, this, of course, has the folding handle for you and uses the larger wall plug on hand. If you want to do run times, it's going to approximately be like the other 300. 40 hours on your Nintendo Switch, about 3 charges on your 80 watt laptops, 13 to 14 charges on your iPhones or Samsungs, 12 to 13 charges on your 9 watt camera batteries. That's like your mirrorless cameras and DSLR cameras. The 300 Plus is a beautiful one. I love the 300 Plus. It's an amazing little power station that does quite a bit. Now, the cool part is guys, normally $300, it's 20% off tonight for the 300 Plus. It's $239. That's a great deal. But they also have the 300 Plus in here, guys, for you with the solar panel. Now, the solar panel is really cool. So you're going to get this power station and, of course, the solar panel. Now, the solar panel we're talking about is actually laying right here. This is the 40 watt solar panel. This kit's normally $400. It's actually 25% off tonight, so you're going to get it for $299. Now with it, magnetic clasp that does come up and over, of course, right there, beautiful Jackery logo. Has, of course, eye ringlets. These are really important, guys, if you're in windy areas. Now with this, it's a trifold design, but it has quad panels. Now the panels are monocrystalline solar cell style. It's going to grab a good amount of light for you. This is a beautiful little piece, and since it does fold up into the size of a notebook, you should be able to put this in a backpack with no problem, take it camping or hiking on your back. The 40 watt panel is an amazing, amazing panel. I recommend this with that kit, guys. This is a cool piece. Now, if you want to charge this piece or the device with this panel, it's going to be about 7.5 hours, but fully charged off this little portable panel, that's a really amazing thing. Kevin, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, man. So right there, great little product for you guys with the power and, of course, the pen. Now we're going to be moving into their modular systems. Their modular systems are really cool. This is going to be the 1000 plus. The 1000 plus power station is a really, really cool piece. Now with that, of course, I'm going to actually switch cameras and we're going to move down, of course, to the 1000 plus, which is right. Hey, wait, where's the 1000 plus? My camera's not moving. Bear with me, everybody. There we go. I'm not sure why my camera was acting wonky right there. So that's the 1000 plus. Now the 1000 plus is 1264 watt hours of power with this device. Still has, of course, a little flashlight, but it has a little different color of the flashlight. So you have to power it on, of course, with this. And then you can start using the flashlight, multiple brightnesses, and of course SOS pattern. It has that nice, beautiful contrasting display, plus the two USB-A 18-watt ports and two USB-C 100-watt ports with that. 3 AC outlets. Now these AC outlets are going to do something you wouldn't expect a 1000-watt power station to do. 2000 watts of pure sine wave power. So it's a powerhouse. It will allow you to run a good amount of stuff through this. This is going to be, of course, acceptable for road trips, home backup, or even off-the-grid living. Now, charging it, though, it's going to take 2 hours to fully charge it on a wall plug for you. I think it's like 1 hour and 3/4, or a little under 2 hours on a wall plug, but still about 2 hours. Now, car charging, cigarette lighter, 0 to 100%, 7 hours in the car. That's actually really cool. It's a really acceptable piece. Now, we're going to get into this a little more because it can run stuff that some of the others couldn't do, right? Your window ACs, your other products. It's got more power when you need it, where you need it. You'll be able to run your 15-watt little refrigerator. That's going to be like your little camping fridge for about 44 hours off of this device, depending on how many batteries you have. And yes, you can actually add batteries to the 1000 plus, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now, this is a sustainable piece. With it, of course, you'll be able to run leaf blowers, angle grinders, and other devices because it does have that 2000 watts of peak, or 2000 watts sine wave power. If you want to run your 1100 watt window AC off of this, you're going to be able to run about 1 hour off of that. Your 3 watt to 5 watt light bulb, about 96 hours of runtime. Now, projectors, your 100 watt projectors, guys, about 9 hours with that, but you can do it. Your coffee machine, your drone cameras, your batteries, your phones, and everything else can be charged as well. 1 second, gonna take a sip of water. Now, the 1000 plus is cool because of the price point. Normally $1,200, it's like 21% off tonight. It's $949. That's a good deal. It's a great deal. But why not get the kit with solar panels? Well, we actually have the 1000 plus in this carousel with solar panels. So you're going to get 2 of the Solar Saga 100 panels. That's going to allow you to up and charge this device. Now, this kit is normally $1,700 for the power station and the 2 solar panels. Tonight, it's $1,249. That is a really, really smoking deal to be able to get this kit and, of course, multiple panels to get you up and running with that. Now we're going to back up a little with the camera view because I want to kind of show you guys a little couple things. First and foremost, you're going to see the 100 plus up there, but you're also going to see the battery. Yes, there's a battery sitting there that can connect up to this device. Now the 1000 plus kit will allow you to connect up to 3 batteries. So if you buy the kit that's in the carousel, which is the power station and of course that battery, you're going to have 2,528 watt hours of power with this. But you can connect up to 3 batteries to give you guys a little over 5 kilowatts of hour power. 5 kilowatts of hour power is going to allow you to run stuff for a good amount of time. That's going to make sure that you're up and running when the time needs, when you have a power outage or a home emergency. camping. Maybe you have a toy hauler and you're at the racetrack and you need to charge up all your tools. This will allow for that on hand, no problem. Now you should be able to get about a 10-year lifespan out of the LifePo batteries. That's once it's at 10 years, it might degrade down to about 80% battery life, but it's not going to kill the battery. You should be able to get longer run times with no problem off of this. But the battery is beautiful. It's a really amazing piece. Like I said, that kit for this kit with the batteries normally $2,000. It's 20% off tonight. It's $1,599. Great, great deal. I love that. You're going to have everything you need and can accept and run. Now the battery. The battery is portable. It is carryable. It does have a handle. So you have a handle, of course, like the power station. It has a display. It's going to show you guys the battery charge right here. When you leak up the battery, it's going to be on the back. It's going to take a nice large cable. There's actually right here. This is going to be your battery connector area. It does come with the cable, so you will have the cable. It will be labeled A and B. You're going to put A side on, of course, the 1000 plus, and B side on the battery, and you're going to be linked up that quick and that easy. That's really cool. Of course, when you're done, you can either hold down the power button and shut it off, or you can hold down the power button on the power station, of course, the 1000 plus, and we'll shut the battery down with it. So you don't have to worry about that. Really, really cool piece. I love that idea right there. So you can actually do that, have that on hand, and of course, have fun with it. Why not do that? Why not have that fun? And why not have the battery power when you need that battery power? So now we're going to move into their largest modular system. This is going to be, of course, the 2000 right there, the 2000 plus. Now, hopefully we can show you guys it on hand. It's a little shadowy, and I'm not sure why, but that's the 2000 plus. The 2000 plus is, of course, just like the 300 Pro or the 3000 Pro. It has wheels, can wheel around, has a telescopic aluminum handle. Normally, this is going to be like $2,200, but tonight's 15% off. It's $1,869. This power station is 2,042 watt hours of power of LifePo 4-cell battery connectability. With this one, though, you get 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power through the 5 AC outlets at 6,000 watts max peak, right? So you can go up to 6,000 watts when you're expanded. Charge time on this device to charge it. It's going to be about 2 hours on a wall plug to fully charge this device. If you're using a car outlet, maybe in your RV, you're cross-country tripping, going to, let's say, the Grand Canyon or something, 25 hours on the cigarette lighter, and it will actually charge with it. Now, still 30 decibels of sound level. It's not very loud at all. But we'll be able to allow you to run a lot more stuff from like your 1150 watt window AC for approximately 2 hours with that. Your 520 watt refrigerator or ice box, about 3 hours. For those of you that need a CPAP machine to sleep, about 150 hours of runtime with the CPAP machine. You definitely can run your microwaves off of this. You could run your portable freezers, your hair dryers. Now, I'm going to tell you, most hair dryers are approximately 1,600 watts of power. You're only going to get an hour runtime with that, unfortunately. Your 90 watt mini fridge is about 14 hours of runtime. Your 60 watt ice boxes, like your portable camping ice boxes, about 20 hours to 25 hours. You'll be able to even run angle grinders, electric water pumps. Now, that's a really cool one. You could run your sub pump or your electric well pump off of this for about 20 hours. Most of those are approximately 60 watts of power. So you should be able to run it for about 20 hours of runtime with that. So that means you'll still have a water coming out of your well. So you still have drinking water or, of course, cleaning water or washing water, whatever you need. Another cool part is like off the grid living. Let's say your inverter heater, your 70 watt inverter heater. About 19 hours with that. So you could definitely do that, no problem. Your electric grill, about an hour and a half. Your blenders, if you guys want to make margaritas all day for your backyard barbecue, about 4.5 to 5 hours of runtime off of that. So the 2000, of course, is another cool one. And this one does work with, of course, the app, which is Android and iOS acceptable for you. So you have that. But we also have the station and, of course, multiple solar panels inside this. And that's the next one in the carousel. So you're going to get the power station and two of the Solar Saga 200-watt panels. Now, the Solar Saga 200-watt panels, of course, are a larger quad style panel. Now, it's a trifold design, but it has 4 panels for you. Now, it does have IBC advanced solar technology that Jackery uses in this, allowing it to, of course, accept and get 24% more efficient power even in lower light settings, which is really amazingly well done with that. Now, it still has, of course, all the intelligent BMSs, the temperature sensors, and the expandability in the station, but you're going to get 18% off tonight. Normally $3,300. It's $2,698 for the power station and 2 of the solar panels. That's an amazing deal. It's a smoking deal that's going to be well thought out for everybody. But like I said, this device is, of course, expandable. So the next one in the carousel is the power station and, of course, the battery. Now, this is, of course, the Jackery Explorer 4000 kit. That means you're going to get the Jackery Explorer 2000 plus the E2000 battery expansion. Now, that means you're going to go from 2,000 watts of power to 4,085 watts of power an hour. Now, that battery, of course, is sitting right above it, and it does link up very easily to the 2000 plus down there for you. Now, the real cool part is it's even more expandable. You can actually expand this up to 5 batteries. Now, with 5 batteries, it's going to give you guys 12 kilowatts of hour power. Now, this station is like normally $3,299. Actually, it's $3,799 for the battery and the station. So $3,799 for this station, right? Now, the even better part is you can actually expand this with the second power station. So you can link 2 of these 2000 pluses and 10 batteries. So when you link the 2 plus the 10 batteries, you're going to get, of course, 24 kilowatts of hour power. That literally means you're off the grid living. You can run your house off of this device without an issue. And the even cool part is you can actually link multiple solar panels. Now, the last kit, of course, in this is the full 4000 kit. It's going to be the station, the battery, and 2 solar panels. Normally a $5,000 price tag. It's literally 20% off tonight. It brings it down to $3,998. So that means you're going to get, of course, the station, the battery, and 2 solar panels. That means you're off the grid. You don't have to pay for your electric. You don't have to worry about it. And you have everything you need. Or just quick emergencies or running your garage or whatever you need. The Jackery's got you covered, guys, with those power stations. All those kits are really amazing. I definitely suggest it. If you guys are worried about, like, say, like brownouts, power outs, or maybe you live in like Tornado Alley and you're worried about natural disasters, and you need to make sure you have power, Jackery is definitely a good way to go. It's an amazing piece. They do pack quite a good wallop, and they will actually get you through that time you need to get through. Just pick out the device that you need for that amount or the allotted time that you think you're going to need. If you think you need a large amount of time, the 1000 plus or the 2000 plus devices with the batteries is an amazing option for you. Now, of course, we talked about the solar panels, so now that's where we're heading to. We're going to go into the Solar Saga 100-watt panel for you guys tonight. Now, the 100-watt panel, this is actually 20% off as well. It's normally $300, but it's actually $239. It does fold up. It's got ETFE handles, of course. It's going to be a 100-watt panel at 18 volts, and it has this nice little kickstand, of course, that is Velcroed on the side. That means you should be able to have it up and set up in under 30 seconds, no problem. On the back, you have this zipped up pocket. This pocket, of course, has the cabling that you need to charge it or to plug it into your power station. Now, the cable does, of course, come with the yellow plug, or it comes with the adapter for the smaller power stations with that, which is actually kind of cool. Now, with this one, though, you do have this orange little power brick down here, and that's going to actually allow you to charge up, let's say, your USB-C devices or your USB-A devices, and that's actually really, really cool. Now, that cable is approximately 9 feet long, so if you need the extender, definitely check out the extender cable. Now, with it, you get the ringlets. These ringlets are going to allow you to tie it down with rope, so you don't have to worry about it. And of course, it is magnetically closed, so it has like those earth magnets that will lock it in place, lock it closed. Now, you get the monocrystalline solar cell in this dual panel. That's going to actually have a nice little wingspan that's going to give you approximately 23.5 more efficiency of growing, getting that light and transferring it into power. Of course, you guys see my lights just grabbing it right now off all that solar, all those lights I got around me, which is cool. I love this. This is going to work with the 240, the 300, the 300 plus, the 500, the 1000, the 1500, and of course the 1500 Pro power stations. This is going to do well for you. The 100. So if you guys need, right there, the 100 panel. 1 second, who popped up in here? Hey John, how you doing, buddy? Now, of course, we have their largest panel left in hand, and that's going to be, of course, the, let's see, where we at? I believe the 200 watt panel. That's right. We're going to show you guys the 200. This is going to be the Jackery Explorer 200, guys. I actually have a video for this one, a really cool video of me using it. This is like, I believe, 14% off tonight. It's normally $700. It's like $600 tonight. Well, let's grab this. Let's close that. And let's grab you the video. Right here is the video of it, guys. It is, of course, has a case. The case is an ETFE style. It does have zippers and, of course, a metal clasp that will latch it closed. On the other side, it does have their Jackery logo. On the inside of this case, there is a zip-up pocket that actually has the cabling that you're going to need to connect it to your power station. And with the video that we're showing you guys, I'm actually connecting it up to the 3000 Pro power station. Now with this, trifold design, but has quad panels. And now with, of course, you have tri-legs. So you have 3 different legs. You should be able to set this up in under, I'm going to say, 25 to 30 seconds. Of course, I took a little longer because, you know, I'm on video and all the other stuff, forgetting the cables. It's just one of those things. This, of course, is fully waterproof and water resistant. Has a 10-foot cable for you. It comes with a carrying bag, of course, and has the 90-degree adapter plug. This is still made with their monocrystalline solar cell technology. It's going to get about 24.3% efficiency and higher conversion rate with the solar charging capabilities. When I plug this in, you're going to see that it's going to get about approximately 150 to 155 watts of charging capability of where I have it set. Now, that's just straight off the plugging it in. If you played around with it to move it to get the most of the solar light, you're going to get a lot more charged off of that, and that's just the way it's going to work. Now, this one is compatible with the 1000, the 1500 Pro, the 1500, the 2000 Pro, the 3000 Pro, and of course, the 2000 Plus power stations. Beautiful, beautiful solar panel. This is an amazing solar panel. Definitely worth checking out and getting. You guys are not going to be disappointed with the 200 panel. Love the Solar Saga panel, guys. Any questions, anybody? That is actually the last of the product I have on hand to show you guys tonight. There are a few more other power stations that they do make, like the 700 Plus, and of course the 1000, and some other pieces as well. So if this isn't something you saw, but there are other devices, definitely check out their storefront, of course, on Amazon, because there are a lot more products, including carrying bags for the power stations, including, of course, extending cables, and, of course, adapter cables as well on top of that. Really, really great pieces. Definitely worth checking out. If you guys need power or want to make sure you have the power when, of course, the power goes out, Jackery's got you covered. They really, really do. So with that, guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. That is actually the end of the show. That is the end of our time slot for tonight. I will announce that we will be back on the 20th for another show, of course. So if you guys see anything that you guys possibly want shown or want me to talk about, just let us know, of course, in most of our chat areas. You guys, if you follow us, you know where to find us. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on the next show. James out. Have a good one, everybody.